Reactive training systems.
Let's talk a little bit about filming your lifts. Now, taking video of yourself lifting weights comes pretty naturally to people, just about as naturally as breathing, I would say, for most of us. But what I'm talking about is not necessarily the advantage of filming yourself for posting on Instagram, not even really the advantage of filming yourself with reference to form checks and technical improvements, although that's useful as well. What I'm talking about, there's an advantage to filming yourself lifting weights because it helps provide kind of an outside, slightly more objective perspective on your RPE rating. If you're listening to this, I'm assuming that you understand at least a little bit the value of rating your RPE. If you don't, here's a quick refresher. RPE stands for rate of perceived exertion. It's basically how hard did it feel. I'm not talking about how hard did it feel to your feelings. This is not an emotional thing. It's very much a performance-oriented thing. It's an objective or semi-objective assessment of your own performance. You're feeling how you performed. We assess it based on reps in reserve, reps in the tank, 10 RPEs a max effort, 9 RPEs, 1 rep in the tank, and so on. There's a little bit of nuance to it once you get to 7 RPE and below, and also half RPEs and stuff like that. You should read up on some articles on the RTS website to find out more about RPE if you don't know already. Now, back to filming your stuff. You should film your lifts in part so that you can get better at assessing your RPE. I talk a lot about velocity-based training, or I get asked a lot about velocity-based training. What's the value that I see in using the Gym Aware or using the Tendo unit or anything like that in training? Well, I think the primary difference that a tool like that makes is it helps you to put the right weight on the bar. You don't need it in the sense that you can put the right weight on the bar without it. All you have to do is to get a little bit better at assessing your own RPE. I've been practicing for a lot of years, so I've gotten pretty good at it. You can get good at it too, you just have to practice. So if you video your lifts and take a look at those videos after your set, I wouldn't totally revise my RPE rating based on a video, but you can use that video to influence your RPE rating just a little bit. For example, if you do a set and let's say you subjectively rated your RPE immediately after you racked the bar, and you say that you thought that was a 9 RPE, that's useful information by itself. But then let's say you go back and review the video, and upon looking at the video you say, wow, that looked really fast. I wouldn't totally revise it to a 7 or an 8 RPE, but you might change it by half a point, so whereas you subjectively rated it a 9 to begin with, you might say, well, maybe it was more like an 8.5. Your subjective rating is important, but we can use outside assessments to help us influence that subjective rating and be a little bit more accurate with it. Over time, you will learn how you respond to this stuff. You'll get better at the skill of rating your RPE just by the virtue of the fact that you are a learning organism. You're going to learn this stuff and you're going to get better at it. Now over time, that means that you're going to improve your RPE ratings, meaning you're going to be able to put the right weight on the bar more often. If you put the right weight on the bar, then you're going to progress at a faster rate, at a more consistent rate, and you're going to see better long-term results. That's the operating principle behind reactive training systems. That's the operational principle behind auto-regulated training. Oh, by the way, pretty much every successful coach and every successful training system has used RPE, not RPE, but auto-regulation to some degree or another. Oftentimes they use a lot of different tools, but it's all the same thing. It's all auto-regulation. The intent is to get the lifter to put the right weight on the bar and lift it the correct number of times for maximum progress. So that's why you should video your lifts, and that's why videoing your lifts can help you become a better lifter, a more skilled lifter, not just in the technical sense, but also in the sense that you'll get better at assessing your own progress. That's all we've got for now. Until next time, take what's there in your training, build some momentum. We'll see you next time.
Reactive training systems.